Shalom, family. Shalom, family. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb. Allow me to disturb your morning and indulge me for half an hour or so. This is not an directed or a normal audio as it would normally be. This is more of a message to those who would receive it. I don't know what anyone expects, and which is not actually important because I'm not into individual expectations. But apparently, people in this area of, Harris County, I mean, people in Harris County are, okay? When I say people, let me define this. People in power in Harris County with Houston as its city center, okay? I mean, the municipality that would call itself the city of Houston or Harris County, or the state at this point, because everyone from the state level to the city level knows what's going on. No one's blind to it. Everyone knows exactly what's going on and why and how and when. Yet your response is largely just ignore it. What is it about doing right that bothers you? I mean, doing right seems antithetical to your lives. You see the problem there, you hear it, you see the effects, you know exactly who did what, and yet there's no movement. There's no way out. The only defense that you actually have is immunity, be it qualified or not. That's the only defense you have, which means that you can't prosecute the king's men, no matter what they do. And then the king starts to hire nefarious people who start to do nefarious things. And then the king blesses them, all under the color of law, period. All under color of law. But we both know that there's something more going on here. We both know this. You don't want to deal with it. Are you still stuck at this point where I don't want to be stained by it? You already stained. I don't know how you don't know. You don't see yourselves as already stained. Do I have to show your stains? Do I have to show your stains? Because they're right. Excuse me. Because they're right there. They're right there. So what exactly are you saying? What do you expect? Do you really expect the ability or think that it's just going to go away? It's not going to go away. You're going to pay the fucking money. You stole the money. You got together at that level, and that's what you did. You stole the money. And then you got together again at the district level, and you stole more money. This is the facts. The provable facts. The provable facts. And yet you walk around not as thieves. None of you woke up in an orange jumper. Not one of you. Knowing that you break the law continuously. Even now, it's a furtherance of a conspiracy. Each day that goes on, which you have knowledge of it, is a furtherance of the conspiracy itself by both definition, letter, and spirit of the law. And yet you sit there. You know why you sit there? Because you politicize everything. You have protected yourselves. You no longer are interested in actual governance or law or right and wrong or anything else. You started to treat the country and the state and the counties as your own personal fiefdoms. Every last one of you have been caught up in one scandal or the other. I'm talking about at the upper echelons. Every last one of them. And the rest of them, if you dig deep enough, you're going to find it there too. This is a fact. So I ask again, will you be acting as criminals, or will you be acting as representatives and officials of Harris County, the city of Houston? Which will you be acting as? In what capacity are you acting now as you hear this? What capacity are you acting in? Your personal, public, or your organizational? Which capacity are you acting in? These are things that the public should ask. Who do you serve? Because I'm quite sure the public, if they knew, would want this guy paid and done with. Okay? So who are you to prevent the public, prevent the courts, alter the mechanics of the court process to achieve a known conclusion? And you still think that I'm a lawyer. You still think that I'm a judge. At what point do you violate what's your standard? At what point do the standards of canons and ethics that you all swore to kick in? You know why they don't? Because it's a self-policing situation. That's why. That's why. There's no oversight over you at all. At all. No one that knows what you're doing, what you're talking about, at all. At all. Ex parte meetings and phone calls outside of the public reach every day. Every day. All day. Every day. It's all illegal. So I'm really not surprised at the illegality or the continuation of it at your hands. You're just criminals, and I hate saying that, but every day shows it. Every day shows it. So what do you need? What do you need? You need something you can read, as in paper, documents, files, so you can make copies of it and pass it around 9, 12 other people at a round table, like you're some kind of strange ass aristocracy. Is that what you need? A piece of paper? Because apparently, if me speaking it and you hearing it on the audio isn't enough. It's enough to make you angry, but it's enough to make you feel like you shouldn't have to hear it. You did it. You're a bunch of fucking man. You are a bunch of children. When I say teenage level, it's for real. And you know what? Before this digresses further, you need something you can read, okay? I find the title. We'll let it call. I'm not gonna even title it. I'm not gonna even title the document. Okay, I'll just write it up next month or sometime. Get you a copy, file it in the clerk's office, mail 8 to 10 other copies to the Harris County Commissioner's Court. Cause trust me, they will say something strange. Oh, people, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. They're not doing the bidding of the people at all. They're not. They're doing what they want to do, irrespective of what the law and the processes and the procedures say. That's what they're doing. Okay? That's what they're doing. And they've been doing it at least since 2012, but I'm sure longer than that, way, way longer than that. Okay? There is no law here. And if you can't see on a sociological level that this is just an advanced version of a freaking plantation, you don't want to see it. You simply don't want to see it. This isn't governance. This is management. Not governance. Management. Management. Okay, dealing with the people who have no moral fiber, no moral caliber, with issues of moral turpitude. Okay, this is just how it is, and this is why I say I'm not being personal when I say that everybody should be chased out or everybody should be voted out. Along the lines of, if you're already there, then you have to go. If you're already there, you have to go. But you take that personally. And when you hear me say things like, if they're a part of any organization, they cannot hold authority nowhere. Nowhere. That don't sound right when we both know you have a sworn oath to yourself, one to the people, and one to your organization. At some point, you have competing oaths. Competing oaths. Which will you choose? So I say, rather than even allow that to develop, is you move. Go get a job somewhere else. But again, this bothers you, like you have a right to be there. You have no absolute right to be there. Look how long most of them have been there. How you think they're staying there? It's not by accident. And what do you keep getting? More and more political, sociological degradation. Both political and sociological degradation. Now, I've already told you, man, I've had to have squeezed 1,300 words in the span of 11 minutes. I've had to have already spoken 1,300 words, man. 1,300 at least. You know, I don't, again, apparently it's not going to just disappear. Maybe you don't have a legal mechanism. Maybe I need to open up or to create a 501c3 so you can dump funds in. I don't know, but the way it had, man, listen, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It can't be just staying. Why do you think that? I mean, it's none of my business, but man, I would love to be talking to you face to face. Why do you think that it should just stand? How you look at each other? I mean, I'm not even talking about this anymore because there's other shit. The shit you do. I mean, how do you even look at each other? Or do you look at each other? Or do you just pretend that it's not your business if your business hurts other people? It's just the way things are. Is that what you tell yourselves? And again, I'm not here to asperse your sensibilities or your character because I don't care like that. I don't care. Fucking apparently you can sit around each other every day and no shit is messed up and act like it ain't. Go to work, sit your ass there, collect the payment, jaw jack this and jaw jack that, pass this piece of paperwork, and then you go home to a field, a pantry. I mean, there's something fundamentally wrong with you. I don't mean any individual. No, as an institution. As an institution. There, you know what? And which brings me to saying things like the people need to come in there and do a forensic audit. You're gonna be shocked. I tell you, shocked at where your money been going. It definitely ain't to you. In no way is it returned to the people as they paid the taxes. It's going everywhere else, literally everywhere else. For some reason, they have in their head that this is how things, well, I forgot. They're acting as a corporation with bottom lines and business deals, contractual obligations. Like I said, management, not governors. Management, how to keep this agency funded, that agency funded, how to pay these people, how to do this, all it's management, not governors. It ain't been governors in the better part of 25 years. If they've been there 30 years, anywhere any of them have been more than 20 years, is no longer governors. at all. They have created dangerous relationships with each other. They know each other's families. No, no, this is not how it works. This is not how it was set up to work. And we have the evidence of it. We, as them, as individuals, decide if we're going to do something or not. Not if the people are going to do it, if they're going to do it. Who are these people? You don't even know them, do you? I know them. I know them. Okay? And I'm just telling you, every last one of them have been caught up in one scandal or the other. And they sit their ass there to this day. To this day. But we shouldn't be surprised. And see, this is sinking into something. I'm glad I only have 14 minutes left, because it was sinking to a rant quick, a damn diatribe, just a repetitive of shit I already said, shit I already said, shit I already said, like a broken record. It has to sound that way to you too. To you too. So they hear this. They hear it as I'm speaking it right now, with both the power, the authority to do what they have to do. Instead, let's just sit here. Let's do, man, you know what? I don't want to even speculate. I can't even imagine the conversations you have around the damn water cooler. Can't even imagine, man. I can't imagine. And the sad thing is that it's going to be the end of you. You do know that afterwards you do go to hell, right? Whether you to believe in hell or heaven or not. Just like rather, if you, listen, the same God that I believe in and work for controls your ass, whether your ass believe in it or not. Just like he controls the devil. You know, if he controls the devil, then he controls you. Okay? And I'm telling you now, your ass is gonna get done up, suffer, and die, and then go to hell. As you should. As you should. As you should. And to think that they're willing to go to hell rather than self-correct, shall we call it? Self-correct. Exposure is dangerous at this point, gentlemen. You know it and I know it. Exposure is dangerous. Dangerous. To all involved, actually. To all involved. So, in the face of this, what is your perception? Perception is reality. What is your perception of the situation? Man, I wish I had you here to talk to you over hot coffee. I would even allow you to put a shot of cognac in yours. And let's just flesh this one out, because I'd love to know some of the answers to the questions that I'm asking that no one else will ever ask you. So therefore, you never have to answer these types of questions. Even the media is limited as to, and to give you a heads up as to what they're going to ask you. This is sad. This is sad. You know, the people, you don't have a government. You have managers. Bad managers. Bad. Okay? Who have mixed class with race and legal issues all up in one ball. In one ball. And they act like they don't see it. They act like they don't see the social aspect, the class aspect, or the racial aspect. See, they act like it's not there, but they know that it's there. They talk about the fact that it's there. They told me that it's there. Shit, they would have told me to my face that it is there. Can you imagine someone knowing some shit fucked up, knowing that they breaking every rule of fucking procedure, every rule of fucking practice, and they tell you, well, we we're not blind to what we're doing. We're Southerners. We're Southerners. What the hell? We're Southerners. Man, listen here. If I talk, I'm glad I only got 10 minutes left. We're Southerners. What the? What is this? An open admission that there are regional differences amongst the Southerners and the Northerners? Then we saw this issue with the Civil War. Apparently, they didn't kill enough of you. This is why you kill everybody. You listen. If you want to deal with a situation, can I just be clear? And I'm drifting a little bit. I'm drifting a little bit. Okay? And I know that. But you got to get rid of all of the teachers, all of the books, burn the libraries, and you get the professors and put them in fucking internment camps. If you ain't going to kill them, you have to deny them the memory of what was. And that's the only way. But, sir, they didn't do that to you. But that's what they should have done. Removed everything, all of it. Okay? Even your books, even your professors, even your teachers, anything that hold memory in your head. Because what did you do? Let's go back. You went for it, had babies, and now your babies are doing this shit right here. This is why I say, if you're going to do it right. I'm talking about war. And if you just want to change the I guess the Southern culture, but the culture overall, if you leave any memory of anything, it's going to produce anger, hatred, and revenge, which is what it did. Ever since the Civil War ended, anger, hatred, revenge, and a double down on we're going to maintain a damn system of white over black by any and all means necessary. Rather, we have to violate their rights, make up new laws. The list, I'm not going to go down the list because I'm not here to denigrate you. I'm trying to give you a message here, and you got less than 7 minutes left. So indulge me a bit further. A bit further. Are we having a them test of wheels? I mean, are we having a test of wheels? Or will you be trying to get me killed? Are we having a test of wheels? Because if we're having a test of wheels, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. But you know what? Here's the other issue. Here's the other issue. I don't think you hear me. I don't think that you hear me at all. This is why I'm going to send you a letter. Normally, I would title it, but we're going to make it non-legal and non-binding. This is just an understanding of what I expect. Okay? What I expect, as opposed to what you have done, what you have taken, what you have damaged. You make copies of it, and I will be sending them to Harris County Commissioner's Court, one to the Houston Police Chief, one to the Harris County Sheriff's Office, and one to the Mayor's Office, which was deeply involved, involved in. I said, okay, 6 minutes. I'm not gonna do it. You know what they were deeply involved in and how. So yet you sit there amongst the, I guess, the purveyors of the knowledge, the purveyors and the keepers of the knowledge. Like I say, I would love to know what you talk about around the water cooler. Oh, okay. But listen, you don't want the exposure, and you don't, and you don't want to be stained. And by stained, I would understand that to mean that you don't want to be associated with the horrendous shit that has occurred here. You don't want to be associated with it. Okay? It goes beyond my understanding and need to ask you, well, then, why do you do things that you don't want to be associated with? But that's rather mundane and almost philosophical, simply philosophical. Makes no sense. At the end of the day, there's 1,000 answers and no answers at all. At the end of the day, I generally wouldn't even ask that type of a question because I already know this. I already know this. We're not having a test of wills. You're being held back from doing right. Okay? So I'm going to do what I do. First attempt, when there's been many attempts vocally and audio and all this kind of shit here, I'm going to send your ass a letter. I will type it up next month. Okay? It'll be mostly boilerplate. You legal authorities know what boilerplate is, right? Let me explain it. I'm going to lift it off the internet. It's boilerplate. It's just printing. It's not going to take a whole lot of intellect and legal knowledge because I'll be using a boilerplate template that every lawyer knows. So this is going to be simple. You will understand what you're reading as you're reading it rather than me titling it as to not excite some nerve or unnerve within you, some knee-jerk reaction, like it's the beginning of a legal process or not. Because that's how you think. This is just how you think. You don't look for the right way out. You look for how to defend yourselves. Even though you the one put yourselves there. Man, y'all got to get these people out of here. I mean, again, I'm not trying to be personal. You have become dangerous to masses. I'm looking at you. I've been watching you 25 to 30 years. 25 to 30 years I've been watching you, studying you, how this shit works. This, again, you are not governing anything at this point. You can't name anything that you've done for the people at large unless broken down by class, race, sexual orientation. It's that simple. Everybody outside of that social order don't exist to you. They simply don't exist. We've watched what you've done to the homeless. We've watched what you've done to the black community with the black. Anyway, I got to wrap this up because, and this is not a laugh like you think. I'm laughing so I can interrupt the feeling that I already feel growing inside of me. Okay? That's why I do that, to stop it. It's for me and you. It's for me and you. So you need to think this shit through. Okay? Unless you're going to fight God himself. If you're going to fight God himself, then saddle up. That is just what it is. I have no business in that one way or the other. But you done dirt. And because you done dirt, you fucked off more than you should have. Oh boy, you have no idea. You fucked off property, you fucked off a family, you fucked off money, and plus you got my dog killed, and not to mention the spiritual bloodline thing that I know you wish that you had never involved yourself in. I know this. Yet you sit there like, well, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? May I offer some advice? Work it into the budget like you do everything else. Even when it's miscellaneous and only serves a handful of people, they still get that money, don't they? Sirs, good day. Okay? Enjoy the rest of your day. It's Friday. I'm going to try to enjoy mine, which is questionable. Questionable. But you enjoy yours. But this isn't going to go anywhere. It's only going to get worse. Like I told them in 2012, before they started all this. You don't know what you're dealing with. You don't know what you fucking with. And they didn't. And now they do. And in the face of it, I mean, this what scares me. This what scares me for you. In the face of what you know I can do, you will still twiddle your thumbs and come up with underhanded plots and plans and schemes to cause further aggravation, shall we say? I don't know what it is. It's kind of like nothing. I I've literally been watching it for 13 years out of you. 13 years. Oh, this is why I can't say that you're governing. No, this is managing. This is managing using every tool that some of them not even supposed to be there. This is management of first the people and then Negro males. Period. Period. Now, what you do with that, and I hope that you just take this in the way that is spoken as a matter of fact. It's just a matter of fact. We both know it. We all know it. Okay? I am source. I am seven. I am one.